Let's see how this works here. All right, guys, bear with me. I'm trying to figure out how this works. I have never done it this way, so bear with me. Okay. Hey, Captain Jesse. Can you hear me okay? I do feel a little bit better this week. Kind of starting to be able to eat again, which is really good. Just kind of testing out the live stream here. So bear with me. This is the first time I've been live ever. Captain Jesse, let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm not really sure how this works very well, but I'm trying. So basically I see, let's see here if I can kind of look at what's going on here. There we go. All right, so you can hear me okay. All right, that's great. Whoa, I have 6 viewers. Hi guys, nice to see you. Like I said, basically just testing this out to see how it works. And figure it out. It's a little confusing. Like, I wish it was just kind of like a click and play option. But it's not. So, yeah, I'm just kind of chilling out. My boyfriend's actually asleep on the couch. Cat's in front of him or behind my computer. And it's kind of quiet around here. And just kind of being a little bit bored, honestly. So I thought I'd give it a oh, yuck. Yeah, it's been really kind of hot and humid here out in Kansas. It's pretty icky. I spend most of the day inside. I really don't like the heat much at all. So, all right, I'm kind of trying to figure out. One of the annoying things about this is it uses Google Hangouts, but the chat only shows up in YouTube. So if I want to see like what you guys are seeing, exactly when you're seeing it, I have to have both screens open. Like I have to watch my own live stream and also watch what my camera's recording right now. So it's kind of weird. Dang. Yeah, our house is like 30 degrees cooler than it is outside. Hi, Sophia. Good to see you. Yeah, I am feeling a bit better. Not 100%. But kind of, sort of getting a little bit better. I'm able to eat again finally. And at least in small amounts, I can't eat a ton. So, yeah. Hi, Andrew. Nice that you guys called him. I seriously didn't expect to have like almost anybody in here the first time. So I'm really happy that you guys are here. I was seriously just testing things out, kind of to see how it worked. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm hoping to do these more often. gonna do a little bit of an update video like tomorrow because I actually lost my job today. So I'm not happy about that at all. And it's kind of a little bit, yeah. But so I may be on here a little more often. Jesse, the sewing, I've got one order that I actually am doing for a couple of friends on one of my ABDL groups, and I've honestly been working on it for months. So it's about halfway done. I will probably be taking more orders before too long because I have to make some money. So we'll see how that goes. Not exactly sure when and how it's going to happen yet. Oh, 8 viewers. My goodness. Hey, I'm so excited, guys. Feel free to ask any questions or anything. I know there's a little bit of a delay between what I'm seeing from my camera and what you guys see. So by all means, feel free to ask any questions. I'm just happy to have you guys here. I'm glad you could tune in. And yeah, pardon any weird noises you hear. I've got a cat right here. Got a sleeping boyfriend right there, and my roommate could be home really at any time. So it may, we'll see what goes on. But yeah, I'm kind of enjoying this. I really do like it. But yeah, so I'm kind of just hanging out. Not doing much tonight. I just took a 3-hour nap from like 5:30 to 8:30. So it's a little bit crazy. But yeah, I ended up having a doctor's appointment today, but I'll definitely do an update. Did you think of painting the wall behind you in a flag of America or Canada? I would love to paint my apartment, but because it is an apartment, whatever we paint in here, we have to paint over when we move out. So I don't really want to do anything all that crazy. But if it was a painting, I would probably do it more of a color than like a specific design. And did I have enough water today? I'm getting there. I've had a bit of water. I'm having some juice right now because I'm just not feeling water at the moment. So, plus that means I have to get up and go to the kitchen. But hang on, I'm gonna tell some of my buddies I'm live streaming. Let's see here. But yeah. So, hey y'all, whoever's in here, just let me know who we've got in here listening. Throw a message up in chat if you can. It's just cool to see who's here. I don't know if I can see it or not. I do recognize, I think, a couple of names from like my videos and stuff. So that's cool to see. Pretty sure I've seen Jesse comment a couple of times. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm kind of a boring person, it's just I'll be more interesting as I get used to this. And United Naval Command, hi. Welcome to the stream. Andrew, I see you. It's funny because my boyfriend's name is Andrew. Oh, now you can see his foot. He's seriously spread out on the couch next to me. Hi, Adam from Canada. I think that makes 2 of you now that are from Canada at least. Good to know. I know Canada Day just went by. Let's see, Jesse. I have not seen the regular Depends back in stores here in the U.S. Like the 3-tape plastic style. I have seriously not seen them at all, and I don't check a ton, but I honestly haven't seen them come back. Hey, I love the name Andrew. It's actually one of my favorite names, and so I'm very happy that my boyfriend has a name that I actually like. But here, let me see if I can get you guys if we can see the kitty here. He's taking a nap on me. Oh, Andrew's from Canada too. Oh, cool. All right, so here we have my little boy kitty. This is Snitch. He's my messer-upper. This is my cuddle bug. He is, I think he's 7 years old, 7 or 8. And he's a precious little thing. He's a little twerp, but he is my companion, and I absolutely love him. He spends the majority of his day sitting on me, asking for pets and kisses. So you may hear him because he's getting grumpy because he wants to eat, but he has to wait a little while. So, yep. He is, I think they call it is it a seal tip? Or seal point or something like that? I don't know. He's your typical looking Siamese cat. And yeah, he's a little stinker. But I love him. He's seriously my buddy. Hi, Johnny. Nice to see you. Awesome that you guys could come hang out. Like I said, I honestly did not expect to see anybody in here. I'm seriously just testing it out to see how it goes. I hope you enjoy the foot in the background here. Yep. What do you think, Snitch? You gonna be a purring kitty? No. Yes, no, maybe so. And then the crazy bird that you guys often hear in videos, he's over there. But he's sleeping, and I'm not disturbing him for anything because he has been so loud today. Oh, now he's purring like crazy now. Jesse, I don't use public transportation. I do have a car. So honestly, I've never used public transportation. I don't think in my life, really. Because I've always lived in pretty rural areas where there's no buses and anything. So I have always had a car, well, since I was 20. And so I pretty much drive everywhere. Yeah, Johnny, I am doing a bit better. I am still not feeling great. Still not feeling great at all. But the good thing is I'm not having so much nausea anymore. Not as much vomiting. And like I was saying when I first started the stream, I actually I had recorded a video last night that I was going to upload, which I probably will still do that. But I recorded it at like 2 in the morning because I was recording my rears video last night at 2 in the morning because I only had one left and I had to change. So I had to quick record it while I had one. But there was a snafu with my work lately. They had misplaced my work note or my doctor's notes that I brought in about being absent from work. And they actually suspended me yesterday, sent me home. And they said they'll call me when it's, when they figure out what they're going to do. And I got a call today, and they have decided to terminate me. So, not happy at all with that. I mean, I guess it's kind of the universe saying, hey, your body needs a break for a little while. That this happened because I was seriously getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I've got to find something that I can do from home that'll enable me to be safe, not have to worry about seizures at work and things like that. So I've got a little bit lined up, applying for a sewing from home job. And that will hopefully help. Jesse, are you going to fight for being wrongfully dismissed? I technically wasn't wrongfully dismissed because we do have a point system at work, and while doctor's notes usually can reverse those points, they don't reverse all of them necessarily. And I did have 2 no-call, no-shows because I was so sick I slept right through calling. And so they consider that job abandonment, and I think that's why they finally fired me. I was already at a higher threshold of points before I got sick this time. Usually they start a 45-day probation when you hit 12 point or anything over 12 points. And I had been at that for a while. I got suspended for a day a few months ago. And every 6 months, when the points are 6 months old, they start to kind of fall off. And I had been slowly getting them off. I was down to 8.5 points. But with this month and everything going on, I bumped up to 23.5 points. So even with my doctor's notes, they weren't able to completely take them all off. And they, given the fact that I have just been gone so much and everything, they decided that they would terminate me. So I'm kind of taking it at this point as a sign from the universe to really take some time to let my body rest and get my body back into working condition. And yes, I'm hopefully going to be sewing from home. I just did basically the first interview process, sent it out yesterday. So I sent that to them, so they should be getting it in the next couple of days. And then I will hear back from them on if I make it to the second round. Would you consider trying YouTube gaming as a secondary career? Well, I'm not much of a gamer. Last time I really played a video game solidly was when Frogger was around, probably back in early 90s. Well, mid to early 90s, or mid to late 90s, I mean. So I'm not a huge gamer. I'd like to try some, there's a lot of games that friends of mine play and stuff that I'd be interested in trying, but my laptop is not very good. I couldn't even run Minecraft on it. It lagged like crazy. So it's literally a $300 computer laptop that I bought at Best Buy because that's all I could afford at the time, and my old laptop had just died. It just died, and I was running a sewing business from home at the time, and I desperately needed to be able to do my job. United Naval Command, what type of sewing do I do, or do you want to do work with? Primarily, I'd like to have my own sewing business where I do different things. Like I make hats, I tie-dye shirts, I paint shirts. I do sew adult cloth diapers and ABL clothing and stuff like that. So, or adaptive clothing, I guess you could say. So I'd really like to kind of focus on that. The job that I'm applying for is with a company that does like handmade hair bows for little girls. So for now, that's what I will be doing for now if I get the job. Otherwise, I'm going to be hopefully working at Joann Fabrics here in town for a little while, see how that goes. There is a possibility that I will apply for disability again because I honestly can't handle being on my feet so much. So, yeah. Hey, KJ. Honestly, I had to take a break from it because I was working full time and not able to get my orders out in a timely manner. So I did kind of have to take a step back from that. And I was only doing sewing for friends and family for a while. So hopefully I will be getting that started back up here in the next few weeks, depending on how long it takes for this, for me to find another job and stuff. It kind of depends on, what goes on here. But yeah, I am covered in cat hair right now. It's not even funny. Jesse, let's see, says, honestly, Jesse, no, when it comes to incontinence and stuff, feminine products really don't work because they're made of a different material than things like incontinence pads or diapers are made out of, so they don't absorb properly. With me, my incontinence is so heavy. Literally, I can't feel my bladder. So my bladder just fills and goes whenever it wants. Sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's a lot. So I have to have full diaper protection. I currently don't have a website at the moment. I've been, like I said, I've been on the hiatus. I was kind of working in tandem with a friend of mine for a while, and we both had to just take a break from the business for a little while. And so I don't currently have a website. I will probably, if I don't have a job within the next week or so, I will probably start taking some orders. And I do get a lot of traffic through Etsy. So that may be where I start off and design a website over time. Jelly Baby? No. In my opinion, not really. Nothing that you can buy in stores, at least. You have to go online for those. There's places like North Shore, Abina, and who's the other one? Tranquility. I've personally tried Tranquility pull-ups some years ago, actually, and they were actually pretty decent. I know a couple of friends who really like the North Shore pull-up, and my boyfriend does as well. So I've heard those are really good. I'm not a fan of North Shore's products. Excuse me. I'm not a fan of North Shore products at all. I have tried most of them. The only thing of theirs I like that's actual North Shore brand is their boosters. And I do actually really like those. Excuse me. Yeah, Jesse, I'm definitely going to be looking into disability. I was on it a couple of years ago. I actually was on it from like 2011 till, well, technically 2010 until 2015, something like that. And they actually stopped my disability because I was improved, according to the review, which was not the case. But it's just been, I've been able to work up until now, and I just didn't want to deal with the hassle that it takes to apply for disability. So I mentally and emotionally can't really handle getting everything together at this point. So I am going to probably be looking for like a disability advocate lawyer and see if they're willing to help me out with it. My mom's possibly going to help me kind of figure some stuff out and whatnot. And Johnny, currently I'm wearing a new diaper that I've never tried before. I have on the ABU Kiddo, and ABU recently, I believe, I'm not sure if they bought out the company that made kiddos or what's going on, or if they just have a partnership with them and they're now making their products. So, but the ABU kiddos, I will be doing a video. Excuse me. I'll be doing a video on them here before too long. I really want to get my rears video up. But there may be a couple of videos throughout the week that I add because I've got a few things that I really wanted to get up. Would cloth pull-ups with plastic pants work better? That's kind of a hard thing. Cloth are a lot of work. I've actually been using cloth most of this week because I literally only had a couple of diapers left, and I forgot how much work it is. I did them 24/7 for a while, then I took a break and was using disposables, and I've kind of used them in between to help stretch the disposables. So I personally am not a huge, like, as far as cloth goes, I hate plastic pants. I can never find one that has the right fit. They're always super, super, super tight in the legs to the point of I am in serious pain wearing them. And if I go, up in the leg size, it ends up being too big in the waist. So if I get to the point where I can make my own plastic pants, then I will probably consider it. But right now I'm kind of fed up with cloth. It's just been too much work with my health. ABU Space. I do like the ABU Space diapers. As far as like favorite brands go, Tykables is by far my favorite printed brand. I love their product. The tapes work so well. And they are just so comfortable. They have a really good fit. Then I would say ABU is probably next. Well, okay, I really like the rear safari diaper, as you'll see in my video that I'm probably going to post sometime next week. But they're god-awful expensive. I am not willing to pay upwards of $3 per diaper when I have to use 3 or 4 of them a day. Just astronomically expensive. The only reason I got them this time was because there was a big sale. So, KJ, as far as if you're referring to the kiddos, yes, so far I think they're worth it. The capacity says that they're about 4,500 milliliters. And I know that the super dry kids are not that absorbent. I kind of call the super dry kids and the cushies a play diaper. They last 1, maybe 2 wettings, and then that's pretty much it. So far, I'm 2 wettings into my first kiddos. It is boosted, but either way, I'm still 2 wettings in, and it's actually doing pretty decently right now. I've been in it since about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it's now 9:30 my time. So it's doing pretty good. They're super comfy. I've kind of been struggling with the 4 tape diapers lately, just because it seems like the bottom tapes want to peel up all the time, and it's probably because I have a little bit of chunky legs and all that. But that's why I kind of went with the kiddos. I'm like, I want to try the 2 tapes, see if it works a little bit better, see if it causes a little bit of less pain in my legs because of my nerve issues. And so far, I love them. They are so stinking cute. ABU has a tendency to have, a lot of boyish looking diapers. The only one that's really girly is the lavender diaper, and I actually can't wear those. because of the scent. I'm pretty sensitive to scents, especially artificial scents. So I have not tried those. I would like to just give them a try, but just I don't have the money to just try every diaper I want to try, especially seeing as I just lost my job. So when the kiddos came around, I was super excited because they are one of my favorite animals. I absolutely love owls, and they're also kind of my favorite color scheme. And what I like about it is they've got like flower designs around on the rest of the diaper, and then the landing zone is the owls and moon and stars. So I like the fact that it's kind of girly but has a more gender neutral color scheme to it. I fell in love the minute I saw the print. I'm like, oh my god, I have to have those. So I was really glad to see that they're a higher absorbency diaper as well. And seriously, they're so comfortable. Let's see. Yeah, definitely check the kiddos out. They are so awesome. Um, and I got a full 80 case of them. Let's see. Jelly Baby, I don't have a Patreon account at the moment. It may be something I look into. Depending on how job hunting goes and everything. Like, it's hard for me to commit to like doing extra stuff or whatnot. I'd have to think of some things that I could do for my Patreon people. Um, but it is definitely something I may look into. Have you thought about trying? Um, I have used like duct tape to make things a little more girly in the past, but honestly, with all the printed diapers around that work better, just as good as a lot of the other diapers right now, I would say they are kind of pointless at this time. And Johnny, you said Tykeables are a good fit. I purchase extra large diapers in every diaper except dry 24/7. Um, my hips are a lot bigger than my waist. There's like a 10-inch difference between my hips and my waist. So I run about 52 to 54-inch hips, and I always go by the bigger measurement. So I am always in an extra large diaper when it comes to everything but dry 24/7. And the Tykeables diapers go up to like a 60-inch waist for their largest size. So I feel like, honestly, I feel like their sizing is a little bit more accurate to what it should be. Um, so yeah, they fit fantastically. I absolutely love them. And many of you, I don't know if any of you know or not, but Takeables have been out of stock of their diapers right now. And that is because they are redesigning the diaper. I don't really have any updates as to what they're redesigning, whether it's just the print, the absorbency, I don't know. But there is rumor that they should be back kind of soonish. So that's the main reason why I started purchasing other brands. But let me see here. Sorry, I just had a funny thing from a friend here. Do vinyl or PVC diaper cover help? With disposables, no. There's really no point to it. Honestly, I am not like I'm kind of the type of person that the less I have to wear, the better. So if I have a disposable plastic diaper, there is no way in hell that I am going to put something on top of that and then put pants or onesie or something on. Hey, poof poof. Um, let's see here. Johnny, honestly, I would say that they can hold more than the space diaper, in my opinion. If I had to choose, definitely would choose Tykeables um, over the space diaper, hands down. Their tapes are better. Their fit is more comfortable. They're super soft. They don't start out super thick, but they do swell up, and I really like them. a Jelly Baby. I would love to do some like sponsorships and ads with different companies. I have not been approached by any yet. I think that may come as I get a little bit better quality and stuff like that. And so, I mean, I really would love to kind of bump up my quality of my YouTube channel. The plan before I lost my job was to save up and get a decent camera. Like I would love to get I think it's the G7X something or another, the newer one that came out, and I wanted to get a decent camera. Probably wasn't going to go with that one, but something that I could afford. And so once I have a little bit more of a steady ability to upload videos and stuff, I will probably actually start looking into it. I have had different ABDL companies provide products for me to review. I haven't had like any sponsorships or anything like that yet. And honestly, with Audible, I seriously just started using them basically from watching another YouTuber's video. They had a free month or something, and I got a book that I've been trying to read for about a year now. And I got Audible, downloaded that book, and I'm seriously loving it. So, yes. Good night, Johnny. It was good having you here. And do I like Rear's Princess like my poo-poo friend? I know exactly who you are. I'm not a fan of the Rear's Princess diapers. Anything but the Safari, I really don't like the Rear's diapers. There's a couple of them that I haven't tried yet, but I honestly don't like Rear's that much. And I won't deal with the Rear's company themselves. I will deal with the U.S. supplier, whom I've actually spoke to, and he's super friendly and super nice. And Stephanie, I'm reading the Sword of Truth series. The first one is The Wizard's First Rule, and it's super good. If any of you know, there was a show called The Legend of the Seeker for a little while. It's actually based off of these books, so I love it. I plan on listening to it tomorrow. Quoth the kitty. There was a doubt. No, there wasn't a doubt. Yes, I think I was talking to him about that last night, Stephanie. Yes, I'm drinking right out of the bottle because no one else will drink this juice. Because it's mango. Snitch seems to think it smells good. Do you want to sniff it? He's sniffing the bottle. Oh, but yeah. Is there a difference between thinking more like an adult, and adult time? I'm thinking like a little. Jesse, honestly, it's kind of hard to explain. For me, my little side is not just something that's here sometimes and there another time. My little side is always a part of me. It is actually literally a constant struggle when I'm out in the world and having to adult and all that to keep my little side in check. My natural state is to want to be little. I love it. I'm happy in that state. I'm less stressed, and I just absolutely enjoy it. But being in the society we're in, having to work, having to function as an adult, drive around, I can't just live like that as much as I would love to. I can't. So I do have to kind of make sure that I keep it in check, and it's a struggle. And I will probably do a video a little bit more on my ABDL stuff later on, just because I haven't really gone into it much lately. But yeah, it is nice. I'm the juice fanatic in our house. I like real juices. Seriously, like anything. I will juice actual fruit to drink it because I love it that much. Everybody else in my house is soda fans, and I don't drink soda. But yeah, hey, kitty, kitty. Oh, such a happy kitty. Oh, man, I am so thirsty. All right. Okay. I'm just looking at stuff. Let's see here. ADHD and general anxiety interfere with life sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing is anxiety. Oops, hang on. Anxiety definitely does interfere with life a lot in my case. Ow, sorry. Hence why that's one of the reasons I lost my job, because my anxiety causes my seizures, which yeah. Okay, Jelly Baby, I will definitely look into the Facebook message. And Stephanie Poofoof, I'm calling you Poofoof. I know who you are, and I'm calling you Poofoof. He just got out of my lap because I moved around a lot. Yes, anxiety is suck. Totally. Snitch, stop it. Get out of the diapers. Come on. Literally, he's sitting in my diaper box. I'm scared he's gonna scratch it. Don't poke holes in my diapers, dude. Yeah, anxiety is, it's extremely annoying. And the funny thing is, like, it actually kind of runs in my family. My grandmother has some anxiety issues. My grandmother is completely OCD and anxious. My mother has a lot of anxiety issues, and several of my sisters, my aunts, cousins, it kind of tends to run in our family. I don't know why the cat likes the diaper. Seriously, he does. There was a couple of times in the bathroom, like if my diaper's dry, he'll hop in the diaper while I'm taking a shower or sitting on the toilet or something. He does it especially with cloth diapers. But I don't know. Mainly it's a box sitting in the middle of the room that he wants to be in the box, but right now he's sitting where there's cardboard underneath him. And yes, if they fits, they sits. It's just how it goes. But kind of back on the anxiety topic, I never really really knew it was anxiety for so long. When I was in the hospital all the time, I did, start having issues with depression, and they did put me on antidepressants, and then a few years down the road, now my anxiety turns into seizures. Oh God, getting pulled over and having a panic attack. Oh, I can't even imagine. I've only been pulled over twice in my life. The first time was right when I moved to Connecticut, and I was going down a road. It was a very hilly road, so as I came over a hill, I was going a lot faster than the speed limit. And he's like, "Hey, by the way," he's like, "I see that you're new here, so I'm not gonna write you anything or anything. It's just a verbal warning. The speed limit's this around here." So I'm like, "Okay, thank you." And then the last time I got pulled over was actually in September. And I didn't have a current registration. I didn't have any technically a valid license. I didn't know where my license was at the moment. And yes, Jellybean, go ahead and ask. I may or may not answer. And I got actually 4 tickets, but I did get out of all of them but the speeding ticket. So that was good, but I seriously burst into tears. Like, in all, you always hear women saying, just start crying when they pull you over. It wasn't a try to cry thing. I just was so upset. I did cry. It was like my roommate's first day of training at work and everything, so it was bad. What flavor am I vaping? Right now I am vaping one of my personal favorites, coconut menthol. I also have somewhere in the other room a raspberry lemonade menthol. Pretty much I like to have stuff that goes well with menthol. I've actually been asked that question a lot, Jelly Baby. I'm not sure what most girls do personally. I've tried just wearing a diaper during that time of month, and because blood is much more, it's not just blood, it's tissue and everything, so it's thicker. The diapers don't really absorb it very well, and when it does absorb, it absorbs on the outside of the diaper, outside of the padding, so not the middle, but the outside. And it was causing just leaks, smell, all that. So I personally use a tampon. And that pretty much keeps the diaper, safe from blood. It's just gross to me to wear a diaper for 8 hours like that, and I just can't stand it, so I use a tampon. Yeah, I know people that have been on Effexor, and my mom used to use it actually, and kind of the same thing with her. It didn't really help much. I mean, it helped a little bit with the depression, but not enough, and she's on different medication now. Ooh. Yeah, I'm actually from New York originally. Well, Michigan originally, then New York. Um, and yeah, I know it's illegal there. It's actually technically illegal in Kansas too. But trust me, people set them off everywhere. Yeah, Jelly Baby, I am pretty open and honest when it like, unless I am offended by a question, that's like a rude question or something like that, I'll pretty much answer anything. I really don't care much. And as far as vaping goes, this thing is awesome. I do have a big, gigantic vape that I have a Rouleau, and I have it somewhere. I don't know where it is at the moment, but I was having trouble cutting down on cigarettes. Even though I was vaping, I was having such a hard time cutting down on my cigarettes that I wanted something that had a little more of the same inhale as a cigarette. So I got this little thing. It was like $30. And seriously, it's so pretty. It looks like sticks and vines kind of, and I love it. I have another one that's just black and gray, but when I saw this one, I convinced my boyfriend to buy it. And poof poof, just shut up. I'm not gonna stop vaping. I will cut down on nicotine eventually, but I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm not sure how you say that. But yeah, I kind of lost my my don't or my give a fuck type personality in the hospital when wait, that's who it is. Okay. I just remembered your name from like way long ago. I know who that is too. But when you're in the hospital all the time, okay. But when you're in the hospital all the time, you kind of have to lose a little bit of modesty in your sense of like giving a shit about what people say. And um I just had to give that up, and well, not give it up, but kind of loosen that a little bit. And now it's just like you know like I was actually talking to my mom today, and she's like, well, there's some issues that she was discussing between my sister and her, and you know and she was like, I don't just go around telling people that my daughter's an ABDL, or an adult baby. And I'm like, honestly, Mom, I don't care if you do. I'm like, I would like, yeah, you asked me, and I've, before you do it, I'm glad you don't just go around telling everybody. But if it comes up, I honestly don't give a shit if you tell them. Just explain to them why I'm that way. um Sasha, yeah. That's the thing is like little side can kind of come out wherever it wants to. I did have a couple of situations at work where it kind of peaked out, you know, and people kind of tended to think it was cute. Yeah, but, KJ, no, I am not still subscribed to Crinkle Crate. There was the affiliate program for a while, but it fell through within like 2 months. Because they basically took their customer base and put them in the affiliate program. Pretty much anybody, like, they did it the wrong way. And they had like almost all their customer base was now in the affiliate program. And because they are so expensive, they weren't getting, you know, the traffic they wanted from it. So had they taken like 2 or 3 people to start off with, you know, like I can think of 3 of the biggest off the bat that they had. Me, la 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 la. I can't say it tonight. And there was one guy that actually worked for them that was doing videos. And then there might have been a couple others, but it just went downhill. And honestly, I don't think it's necessarily worth the price because it's like $73 with shipping and handling and all that. And for what you get, it's like you can purchase, you know, your own stuff for that money. And yeah, it's kind of cool to have the surprise in there, but at the same time, it's like I would rather, you know, take that $75 and purchase something I knew I liked and wanted. So in my opinion, not really worth it. It was a fun idea, and I enjoyed getting the boxes for video purposes, but I definitely, you know, decided not to stick with it because I don't have $75 a month to put toward that stuff. Are hospital diapers useful or less than useful? No, it's not. That's not her. It's Lolly Lalas, I think. Lilo Lolly Cat, whatever that is. She's a different person. I think I've looked at her stuff. I'm not sure. But hospital diapers, there's almost no point. Especially if you have a bladder like mine that goes a bunch. So, yeah, no. Check the ingredients in the juice for aronia. I can't say anything tonight. Aronia berries. Why would I check that? And no, it's just apple juice, peach juice, pear juice, and mango juice. So there. I'm being stared at. Oh, that's because it's 10 o'clock. This kitty eats at 10 o'clock, and he's getting anxious to eat. Pretty soon he'll start meowing at me, then I'll go feed him. But, oof. I don't even know how long we've been up here. How long have we been on? It's been a while. Oops. Come on, computer. There we go. Yeah, really, with the hospital diapers, one wetting, if you're lucky. For me, one wetting caused the whole entire bed to leak. And I actually, when I was on Medicaid, I had basically the same diapers at home, and they were horrid. Like, seriously, they caused so many rashes and everything. It's just horrible. Yeah, no, we won't quite go into that. Hi, buddy. I have a kitty staring at me. Say hi, Snitch. Look at the peoples. See? There you are. Oh, yeah. You hungry? Yeah, you are hungry. You gonna talk for people? Snitch. Snitch, do you want to eat? Are you hungry? Oh. Yeah, I know. I'll get off here soon, and then you can eat. Or squash me. Okay, we're gonna do the squashy thing. Got some from Goodwill. Yeah. people are always telling me, like, I seriously have had so many people tell me that they get diapers at Goodwill. I literally have never found anything like that at Goodwill. And don't kick me, Andrew. Go to bed. But yeah, I have never found anything at Goodwill. I've dropped stuff off at Goodwill, but haven't found anything. No, Poof Poof Snitch is hangry at the moment. He doesn't get hungry, he gets hangry. Tickling a This needs a Snickers. Why don't you go to bed? I'm actually live streaming. Do you want to say hi to the peoples? He's waving his foot. Here we go. There you go. Have I tried baby food? Yes. The vegetables are disgusting, except for sweet potato, squash, and zucchini. The meats are absolutely nasty. Fruits are pretty decent. I actually eat them that way because I don't digest raw fruits and vegetables, so I actually absorb them better when I have them pureed. A lot of times I do puree my own because baby food kind of is expensive for an adult because you have to eat like 3 of them to have the right serving. But yeah, I have tried it. I like, my favorite is probably bananas are obviously really good. They don't taste like actual bananas to me, but they're good. Things like there's one, what is it? It's like mango something or another that I like. I like just a straight mango. I like strawberry, but strawberries and bananas. Cooked fruits and vegetables I can somewhat do. But only certain ones. Like I can't do carrots really much at all. But fruit wise, if I'm gonna cook it, I'm just gonna puree it into like applesauce or whatever it is. But once they're kind of canned, I can kind of eat them so long as I make sure I chew them really well. I cannot do curry in any way, shape, or form, and not asparagus. I can eat asparagus. I love asparagus. Just have to do it. But no, I cannot do curry. I have tried different types of curry. Cannot do it. It upsets my stomach horribly. It's a no-go. Very ticklish. Yes, he is a very ticklish person. He's got his face buried in the couch at the moment. KJ, if referring to hospital, yes. I think you can, but usually if they're gonna catheterize you, there's a pretty decent reason. If you're not incontinent, that is. So, I mean, back when I was in the hospital before the incontinence issues, I'm trying to think. There were a couple of times they did diaper me instead of catheterize me just because I was having trouble controlling it, which would kind of go to the incontinence side. But they oftentimes try to catheterize me in the hospital, and I tell them no. How do I cover up the scent of asparagus? Drinking lots and lots of water and lots of powder, changing very frequently. But when I first was diagnosed with incontinence, when they officially diagnosed me, obviously we knew what was going on. But when I officially got my diagnosis, they did mention catheterization, and I opted out of it due to the issues that I had, especially with the last time they catheterized me in the hospital before that. It caused a lot of muscular issues in that area, and it was the most uncomfortable thing in the world. So I opted not to use catheters and don't use them now. Yeah, diapering yourself definitely takes some getting used to, and it's a learning curve. Um, it took a long time for me to be able to actually properly fit one on myself, and still get a better fit when someone else does it. So whenever I have the option for that, that's what I do. But pull-ups, like the three that I mentioned earlier, North Shore, Abina, and Tranquility, are pretty decent. Back when I used the Tranquility pull-ups, I only had like 3 or 4 of them, but I was noticing that I was getting about the same time out of their pull-ups that I was out of their diapers. So that's why, like I say, they're really good. And I only used their overnight ones. I didn't try their, daytime ones. But Stephanie can definitely attest to the fact that North Shore pull-ups are pretty good. I have not used them personally because I don't do pull-ups, because I just completely outlast any pull-up. Not outlast, but outwet a pull-up's capacity in one sitting. So yeah, I don't like catheters because I hear it too. It sucks. Do you want to say hi? Okay. He's going to be shy over in the corner. I told you I was live streaming. Huh? um, yeah, she knows the North Shores work really good. I try their normal diapers. Their normal diapers suck, though. I don't like their diapers. They are hard as a rock. Yeah. Sorry, he's getting himself to bed, so I will probably be going before too long because I gotta go feed this cat. Would I ever do YouTube full time? Only if I ever got to the point of like daily bumps or something where they've got like a million people, and obviously it takes time to get there. And it takes a lot of work. I thing is with YouTube, I don't have that interesting of a life to like vlog or anything like that. Like seriously, I sit at home most of the time, and it's not that interesting. Like I don't know. Probably wouldn't ever do it. I won't say never, but it's not something I can really see myself doing full time because I just don't have the time to dedicate to it. Yeah, pull-ups you do have to wet slow. I don't have the ability to slow down my flow or anything like that. So it's just like boom, there it is. It's just like a dam breaking loose. So I don't have that ability. Sit at hem and crochet. I haven't crocheted since I made my big gigantic monkey, and I don't feel like crocheting lately. So mostly I sit at home and watch TV, talk to people, watch TV. Do some sewing sometimes. Snuggle the cat. That actually, I think that's my full-time job. My full-time job is to snuggle my cat. That's it. Um, hard as a rock. Like they're super duper compressed, and they're just so dense and compacted that even when I do their little thing they say to fluff up the diaper, it doesn't work for me. Okay, Jay, thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm glad that my videos are able to help you out. Yeah, honestly, I can't foresee myself really being a gamer. I much prefer like interacting with people and doing things that actually keep me busy. I'm not a huge gamer fan. I did play a bit of Halo on the Xbox years ago with a friend, but that was sitting next to a friend playing with them. I might do it kind of casually, but I don't have much of a desire to do a lot of games. If I'm on the computer doing a game, it's something like like a hidden object game type thing. I like puzzle games a lot. Um, you know, that type of thing. I guess I can't say I haven't played video games because I did play a little bit of Pokemon when I lived in Connecticut. Yes, like old Halo, like original Halo. And my buddy and I, um, well, actually, it was, see, I have 4 sisters and they had 4 boys. It was our closest friends growing up. We were literally like siblings. And we'd go hang out at their farm for the weekend. And they had 2 Xboxes, so we could get 8 people playing. So, it was pretty crazy. We'd do the big, all 8 of us would be playing. We'd be like, it was so fun. We loved it. And then their son that was my age, he and I tended to kind of hang out together. So we'd do the like Halo stuff against the computer as a team and whatnot, and that was super fun. Really good memories with that. Actually, it was so funny because they grew up more playing video games and stuff like that, whereas we grew up playing Frogger, and that was about it. So it was always interesting, the girls versus the boys. It was such a riot. I really do miss like playing that with them for sure. Yeah, Jelly Baby. The only thing that so one of my things is that I don't want to be just the next AB girl out there. I don't want my channel to be like every other AB girl out there. We've got like Binky Princess, all that. I don't want my channel to be like that because it seems so fake to me. Um and it just so seems staged, and I really just don't want to be seen as that. Yes, it gets a lot of hits, but I'm not out to get views necessarily. Like, yeah, it's nice to have the views. I have 2,200 subscribers right now or something like that. It's nice to have the views, but at the same time, I just don't want to be that on camera. I'd rather it be real, more of a real life situation. If I'm going to have a little space video, it would be a lot different than that. Plus, I'm not the girl. They a lot of times in little space videos, they sit there and like literally shake a rattle and like coo and oo, and it's like I don't find that interesting personally, so I'm not really going to do that. Um, you know, that's not really what my videos are about. Eh. Yeah, Jesse, I'm not really a gamer. That type of thing doesn't really interest me. Um, I don't like gaming that much. I like real gaming, like playing cards with my siblings or friends and stuff like that. I like card games. I like board games like Clue. Now, there's not that much interest in that type of thing anymore, but that's more how I grew up. I kind of grew up when, video games became pretty popular, but my family literally had a very, very old computer that ran Frogger. Um, and a little after Frogger, we had a game that my uncle gave us. It was a Star Wars game, and I've had this discussion with so many people on which game it was. Not sure. But I played that one for hours and beat it and everything. So yeah, it's I grew up the kid that was outside building forts, digging holes and ditches and playing outdoors. So gaming was not really a part of my life. We literally had a 15-minute time limit for each child to be on Frogger. And at the time it was, I always gave my time to my sister so I could watch her as opposed to play the game. I would much rather be outside doing something creative than sitting there playing a game. So it's just not something I really enjoy. That's a good question. If I could design a disposable diaper that would change from every other adult disposable diapers, I'd like to see one that actually really works well. There's a couple of different aspects from different diapers that I would like to combine, and but that would be a huge undertaking. I would say the main aspect of most of the diapers that I use are tapes. Is that those are the kind of the main issues I have. Oh God, first computer we had was, I know it was DOS. I was really young. I'm not even sure what it was, but it was so stinking old. And it literally had like 2 or 3 programs on it that we could use. Excuse me. Then we got like Windows 95. I remember when we got Windows 95. That was when we got Frogger and all that stuff. So, but yeah, our computer, I can still picture it today, but it was old and gigantic. Yeah, I would design a diaper that literally could last, a solid 8 hours without leaking. That would be nice. Something that actually held a decent amount would be fantastic, and really, really strong tapes. Honestly, if I could, back when Dry 24/7 was redoing some of their diapers, they had a very limited run of a diaper with a new tape. And to this day, never had any tape as good as that tape. And I had about, I think I got like a pack or a case of them. I don't remember exactly, but they were going to switch to those tapes, but the company that made them ended up going out of business. So they went to the tapes that they have now. And seriously, if anyone could get the ability to get those tapes, it would be awesome, because seriously, never had a tape stronger than that one. Played video games off of a cassette tape. Wow. Yes, definitely diapers that put together under sweat would be fantastic. That is a very big issue when you live somewhere where it's very hot. Like I mentioned in a video I recorded, I had a rears on yesterday, and I wet it once. But by the time I got home from work, I only worked for 2 hours. I was there an hour before my shift, so I was there 3 hours. So the diaper was on me literally about 4.5 hours, and it was completely destroyed in the back. The padding had just completely fallen apart, and it was only because it was sweaty. It was frustrating as hell. Gorilla Tape diaper. There we go. I've actually used Gorilla Tape on diapers before. Yeah, that stuff was nice. Even in winter, sweat is still an issue. Yeah, even in winter it is. Not so much for me, but it depends on what I'm doing. When you're walking around and stuff like that, in buildings, yes, it can be an issue. It's just more of an issue in summertime, especially when it's 106 degrees outside. But what diaper are good for not having the leak guards separate? What diapers are good for not having the leak guards separate when using an ointment like A and D, or separate? That's a good question. I'm trying to think. Honestly, any diaper that you use like a petroleum-based cream on is not going to hold up, because that stuff just eats away at the adhesive. I don't use petroleum-based creams just because I don't like them. Or ointments, I should say. I use creams. Like like my favorite is butt paste and anti-monkey butt. And but honestly, most diapers eventually the leak guards will break down. I did use cream the last couple days with my Rear's diaper, and I didn't have any issues with it. I don't think I'll have any issues with the kiddos with that, because they have, like, with their leak guard, they actually, instead of just like gluing the elastics in on the leak guard, they glue them in, and then they like heat seal the whole thing, so it's basically like crimped below the, not crimped, but what's the word? I don't know, but it's sealed so that the elastic can't come out unless both sets of sealing break down. In the case, use super glue. Yeah, don't use super glue. That would be interesting. That would. Mm. On the baby powder aspect, talcum powder is bad for anybody. It is more of a problem for women. It does cause cervical cancer sometimes, or it's thought to lead to that. But in any person, you can, inhaling talcum powder is very bad. I only use cornstarch powders. I literally do not have any powders with talc in them in my house, and I won't use them. Cornstarch, I feel, works better in a way. I think it clumps up more than talcum powder does, but there's a little less of a health risk with cornstarch. Triple paste? I'm not familiar with that brand either. Honestly, my favorite brand is, but it's really hard to find, is anti-monkey butt. The reason I like that is because it's on top of the zinc and everything, it has calamine in it, which helps with itching, and it's the only cream that I feel comes off really well. It doesn't last for days and days and days like Desitin type creams do. So that's why I prefer that one and butt paste. But I do use Equate brand Desitin basically on a, general basis. Yeah, I don't think there's a huge correlation. Maybe there's enough of one that, like, yeah, use cornstarch instead of talcum powder. But yeah, I just prefer cornstarch powders in general, because they usually have things added to them. Like the one I use has vitamin E and zinc oxide in it. Mm. On the topic of diaper rash, it also, which cream works depends on which kind of rash it is. If it's a yeast rash, you need an antifungal. If it's a regular kind of just irritation diaper rash, usually like the zinc oxide type stuff works. But you do need to treat the rash according to what it is. And it is kind of hard to tell sometimes the difference between the rashes. For me personally, if it's a yeast rash, it'll be more of a red blotchy areas that are a little bit weepy, or I'll get like little cuts in the skin. And that's how I know it's yeast. And then I treat accordingly. If it's just a regular, like, little red bumps all around, I kind of tend to go toward the Desitin type stuff. And yeah, the only place that I have ever found monkey butt was at Walgreens and Babies R Us. Those are the only two places I have found it. In Kansas, back in New York, they did have like anti-monkey butt powders. And they had cream at Walmart one time, but they did have the powders for a little while. Yeah, oatmeal is really good for relieving skin irritation. Definitely is. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream before my roommate gets home and it gets kind of crazy. And I'm going to give this cat some food so he stops bugging me. But I am so glad y'all came out for the very impromptu unannounced live stream. I will hopefully be doing some more in the future, especially if I am home a lot. But thank you guys for hanging out, and I will probably announce next time I'm going to live stream. Maybe hopefully make about like a more of a schedule type thing. So yeah, but it was super fun. I'm glad I was able to figure out how it works. And so those of you who have seen my new video, I won't be putting up my planned on video on Thursday because I will be doing the radio show with my mom. So if you want to hear or see me that day, well, you won't really see me because I'm calling in, but feel free to tune in with the through any of the links that I posted in the video. So I will see you guys later. Goodbye.